Today I saw The Founder, which is a movie about McDonald's. Not a documentary, it's a movie about the founder of McDonald's, starring Michael Keaton as business Michael Keaton. It was entertaining, and it was kind of interesting. Those are words I like to throw around a lot. I don't know if I'd recommend it, unless you thought it looked good already. What you see in the trailer is pretty much what you get. And I would say this is one of those movies where what you see in the trailer doesn't really spoil it. So that's saying something, since most trailers for movies like this nowadays will give away the entire movie. Like, just off the top of my head, Fences, Hell or High Water, I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, all movies I've seen recently. Probably Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 at this point, they've had so many trailers. Although actually, I said what you see in the trailer for this movie is what you get. That's true, except for the trailer kind of makes it seem like more of a mainstream Oscar contender type movie. Like it is starring Michael Keaton, who starred in the movie that won Best Picture 2 years in a row, Birdman and Spotlight. This obviously couldn't be an Oscar contender because for some reason movies that are released early in the year are excluded from being nominated, I guess, because the Academy Awards are dumb. Not that I can really think of anything this could be nominated for, because it wasn't an amazing movie, but the trailer does make it seem like one of those type of movies, and I would say it's not really as much one of those type of movies as the trailer would have you believe. It felt more like an indie movie from the 2000s. Like, that's what the score made it feel like for me. The musical score for this movie. Like, kind of cheap sounding, I guess. Like the same kind of score they would have had in Nobody's Baby, which is a movie I talked about earlier in this year. So yeah, that's more of the type of tone this movie gave, in my opinion. The performances were okay. I like Michael Keaton and Nick Offerman and that one guy who shows up in things like The Walking Dead, and I think he might have been in Crossing Jordan or something. He played the other McDonald's brother in this movie. So yeah, they were all good, except Patrick Wilson. I still don't like that guy. This movie was fine. I think I'd give it a 6.5 or a 7. I didn't really think about it. I'll give it a reluctant 7. So yeah, I'm not going to particularly recommend this movie, but it was pretty good. But if you do watch it, you should probably eat first, because if you like McDonald's food and you watch this movie and you're hungry, you're definitely going to want to go to McDonald's afterwards. So if you don't want to end up eating at McDonald's after you watch this movie, you should probably eat first. And you'll probably think, like, I'm not that manipulatable that some movie can make me want to eat at a restaurant. But I mean, this movie is total McDonald's propaganda. I'd like to think that doesn't take away from it, really, but that's what it is. It's McDonald's propaganda. I was convinced when at the end of the movie, they literally went out of their way to say, like, by the way, McDonald's still uses real ice cream in their milkshakes. I was like, okay, come on. If this movie isn't funded by McDonald's, then that's just crazy when it's saying something like that. And then lo and behold, at the end of the credits it said spee-dee Productions LLC, and I haven't looked it up, but I mean spee-dee so-and-so was like the name of the fast food production system they had in McDonald's that they were talking about in the movie. And then right at the end of the credits it said spee-dee Productions LLC. It's not a coincidence. McDonald's funded this movie. I mean, I guess they would have had to. It has McDonald's brand written all over the movie. But yeah, it's total McDonald's propaganda, and definitely a movie that wants you to go eat at McDonald's. It doesn't even really say anything bad about McDonald's. It might say some bad stuff about the founder of McDonald's, or at least it doesn't paint him as like a nice guy. It just paints him like he really was. But they try to make McDonald's sound like it's a good food. And I'm not saying it's not, but this movie definitely wants you to think it is. So yeah, anyway, 7 out of 10. I don't know what I'm gonna see tomorrow. Maybe Trolls. The day after that, though, I'm gonna start watching all the X-Men movies. Okay, until then.